Alright, well here it is. It's just about morning, so I want to show it to you before all of them catch on fire. I was going to try to make it build up more because it's a cyclical fountain, but this is about all I got for now because I actually had to build a new mob spawner for it. Yeah, I put myself in a little case because I got tired of being mobbed to death. They've been especially aggressive as of late. In fact, I mean, you can't really see the damage anymore, but but yeah, I got creepered not once, not twice, but 3 times over here, which is where I was doing my my testing on the creeper geyser. And just as I started testing, ooh, arrows. Just as I started testing ladders, which seemed like it would work, or at least I thought it might work, because if you've seen those creeper sorters, essentially, where it causes the non-creepers and stuff, they all climb up the ladder and the non-creepers burn up, etc., etc. So I thought maybe ladders will work because if you get a big bunch of them, ooh, pretty. If you get a big bunch of them, I was thinking maybe, and it's only like one rung of the ladder, maybe they'll just kind of like burst forth, etc., etc. But right before I did 3 creepers, so I was like, screw it. The lattice work of tubes and stuff was way too complicated for me to refigure out. So at that point, because I was actually combining these two sources of mobs essentially into one, so I was just like, forget it. Rebuilt them the way I knew how to get them working again, and just built a new one. Anyways, I'm gonna show you this one, but first I gotta give myself a way out. I can't remember. Nope, that's it. Okay. So I'm gonna actually go down to the mob spawner first just to show you how quick it is. Like I quite literally only spent like 2.5 hours making this, and that's with screwing up because I didn't actually plan the fountain. I just kind of was like, hey, I'm gonna build a fountain, and I was like, yeah, let's get started. So let me actually toggle this so you can actually see how far it is. Yeah, see, it's not that far at all. Not that far at all. I don't feel like walking all the way down there, so not that far at all. So it's pretty tiny, but this is what happens. The mobs will spawn on those sides. They'll come up here. They'll come up here, and they'll be like, wee, I'm a mob, yay. And then they'll fall down here into one of these things. This was actually a pain, okay? Because what I actually had to do is I had to put signs here, and then water was still coming in these spaces. So I was like, I dropped the glass blocks down, because it was just, what a pain for me to figure all this out. I kept trying to get it to work, and then this fancy water work, I had to put stairs here so that way mobs wouldn't just get stuck. They would get stuck like right on a corner right there, and just like stay there, and just choose to stay there for no particular reason. Even though water was flowing and other mobs were pushing them, they would just get stuck here. So, but whatever. Even if they land here on the stairs now, they'll eventually move one block and get into the water. So I figured that was the best way to do it. But yeah, and then it's cyclical, obviously. So they come into here and then they swim up and they come out. I'm like, yay! But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not a geyser, but it's a fountain, and it looks really nice. Looks really nice. I like it. So screw y'all if you don't. This is eventually going to be the centerpiece of a house. Essentially, this is going to be on a wall. I was originally going to make it like just a open air fountain, and then I started doing that without these glass blocks here, and of course I got shot by a skeletal archer, and I was like, oh well, yeah, we need some sort of glass around this. And then on top of that, I was observing it from here a bunch of times, and like just different like mobs. They wouldn't even come one at a time. It'd be like, oh, there's a spider and a zombie, and they would just kill me. So I was like, okay, I had to build an observation. But yeah, eventually this is going to be all dug out, and I'm going to go down there, make that bigger, and this will just be a nice part of my house. There'll be actually a glass ceiling here. Then I'm going to have water starting at the end here, and it's going to come all the way down that way, continually dropping down by 1 block every 7 blocks. And it's going to be a very pretty house. That is it. I hope you like this, but not to be outdone on Princess Bride references, you killed my father. Prepare to die.